Hello, everybody. This is Ryan Fitzgerald of the Brew Happy show here. Before we get into our regularly scheduled program of our normal Brew Happy show, I wanted to come on real quickly and talk to you, the listeners, and just kind of tell you what's going to be happening in this show. It's going to be pretty much the same show that you guys normally listen to with all the banter and jokes, the brew news, the whiskey corner, all the musical pairings and things like that. The only difference this week is that our friend Damian and the host of our show, is in Florida this week, and he's with his family after the passing of his father, Jerry DeBizer. We're taking up the mantle, and we're keeping the torch burning while he's gone, but we do wanted to send out our condolences to him and his family, and we wanted to let you, our listeners, be a part of our family, as I think we have kind of come to be a part of yours here in this brewing community. So we wanted to let you know that tonight's show is going to be dedicated to Jerry. And Jerry's final request before he gave up the ghost was to have a glass of beer. So we're going to be doing that tonight. So whenever you hear that prost bell, I hope you raise your glass as well. We will be doing the same here in honor of Jerry DeBizer and his life. We hope that wherever he's at, he's getting that glass of beer. This one's for you, Jerry. Well, hello. I am not the regular host of the Brew Happy Show, Damian DeBizer, but I am the amazing Ryan Fitzgerald, Fitzmagic as I am so deemed on this show, and with me as well is the champion, John Paul Cigars.
Hey there.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. It was almost smoking day today because we saw sunshine.
We did see a little bit of sunshine here.
Yeah.
It was cold, though.
Yeah, it's always cold.
It's always cold. It's wintertime.
January.
Unfortunately, our friend Damian DeBizer is not with us, as you heard in the beginning of this show, and we do hope to have him back here by next week as he takes care of affairs down in Florida. We wish you well, bud, and we're having drinks for you tonight and your father. So we're going to be hanging out here at Chuckanut Peanut location. We've got Bryant Cox pouring the beers. And we got some delicious beers. John, yours looks a little dark. What do you got there?
Well, it's Scarlet Ale, which I love red ales.
You do.
And they only offer this during the winter months.
I wonder why.
Last time I had this was last February and January. But it's a wonderful red ale. Well, it's an American amber. And red ales don't really sell like they used to. I love red ales myself. And it's a very good red ale.
It looks delicious.
But they don't sell.
Why is that? Is it the maltiness?
Well, it's an old person's beer now.
Is it really?
Yes. Red ales are old people's beers. I was talking to Mike the other day about that, and he goes, yeah, I get the olds, and all they say is, hey, just give me the amber.
Talking about Mike Bolt over at
Micah Bolt at
Final Draft.
Says, yeah, they give me the amber. They don't even ask what kind it is.
Give me the amber.
Just give me the amber.
Jesus. Is it good, though?
It's very good.
Nice. We talked about this last week with the release of the Italian Pilsner here at Chuckanut, which is the other reason why I wanted to stop by. They also have the barley wine, which Bryant says is not as sticky as normal barley wines. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to have to try it later. But I am drinking the Italian Pilsner. It is very crisp. I really like it. It's got a good hop profile as well as nice malty flavors. It's just clear, nice. And it's served in this really tall glass. Look at that tall glass. That's a big old tall glass.
Well, it's a Pilsner glass. That's the way it should be.
It is delicious. I'm a fan. I like it. It's delicious. Have it. Come to Peanut. Or go, where are they? Bellingham? Is that where Chucka-Nuts at? Or
Yes.
is it? Yeah.
Yes, they're Bellingham.
Drive all the way up there, or you can come down to Portland if
There you go.
if you're local.
Or crazy.
Or you're insane. What was your week like? How was it? What'd you do?
I worked a lot last week. A lot of paperwork last week. It's the top of the year.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of paperwork.
You don't do your taxes till late, don't you?
No, I start now because the corporations have to be finished by March 15th.
Oh, that's right. Businesses do different taxes.
And my tobacco tax thing's off to be done by the end of this month.
That's rough.
For the previous year.
So you're busy.
I'm busy. January's a very slow. It's not bad because business is slow. Paperwork is heavy, but that's okay.
Right. So in the summertime, when business is booming, you don't have to worry about paperwork.
Right.
There you go.
Exactly. So, what the hell?
It also sounds like in the summertime, you don't worry about paper. Like, yeah, I'll figure that out in January.
Yeah, I got like 6 months on that one. No, everything in this world's done by quarters.
There you go. Right.
You clean out every quarter.
Well, hopefully it's a good quarter. We still got some room left.
It's always a good quarter if I'm there.
Hey, there it is.
There we go.
How's the memory?
Yeah, it's okay.
Have you gone to the doctor yet?
Yes, I'm working on it.
Okay, good job. Well, we do have a lot to talk about on the show tonight. We have lots of news, some really fun, interesting things I'm going to mention here later on in the program, some beer releases, and some events you guys need to look out for as well. So make sure you guys check that out. And, of course, we want to thank all of you, the listeners, wherever you're at, all the continued support that you do give us, whether that's just liking our Facebook or Instagram posts or whether you're a Patreon member, and donating your hard-earned cash to our funds here at the Brew Happy Show, whether we replace cords or dongles or if we just need to get gas to get the next beer. Sometimes that happens. We do appreciate all that. And, of course, if you want to support the show, we always tell you go to patreon.com/brewhappy. $1 is fine. $5 gets you some swag. We have some really great patrons out there. Some of them you've got to listen to over the last couple months who we've featured on the show, and we do thank those guys. Speaking of people who are wonderful patrons, our good friend Jeremy Landers.
Yes, they are.
You asked me today, and I talked to them, and actually they do like a weekly game night.
Yeah.
Where they online Zoom play like Cards Against Humanity with a group of their friends. Well, they did it on Saturday. And I jumped on and I played a couple of rounds just because it was a little late. But I think the beer should be ready. The fest beer should be ready next week.
It's a 2-week thing?
I think ours took a little bit longer because of the lager yeast.
Got it.
The Russian Imperial Stout that they did right after, when we went over there for the show, it was already crazy, bubbly, fermenty, and ours was not. So I think... and they also had different yield than the ones that we had done.
That's true.
So hopefully by next week it should be done, and then we can plan to go over and do a little tasting of hopefully both of those. But I'll have to check in with Jeremy.
There we go.
Jen and Jeremy on that one. But
our fest beer.
Yeah, our fest beer, which we need to name, but we have to have it come up with.
Yeah.
Well, we have to try it though, and that's what Jen said. I think
you're right. You need to try it first before you can name it.
Because that's the thing is if it's a little spicier than normal, it might be something a totally different name than all the other ones. The 23 we came up with.
Here, I got a quick memory thing here.
So
I was over at Broadwinds and Damian's house.
Aw.
Right, and I see this picture with these two and a girl, and I go, "Who the hell is that?" And they go, "That's Angel." I said, "And who is that?" "My daughter." And I went, "Oh yeah, I remember now."
She doesn't look like Damian. That's why it's a.
Right. You know what? She's really good looking.
She is a very pretty lady.
Yes, that's why she doesn't look anything like a bearded man.
No offense, Damian. I know Brahman thinks you're lovely and attractive.
I kept thinking, did they take someone in as a renter or something? What the hell's going on?
Who is this stranger in this picture? Well, Brahman posted a picture today and just sending all her thoughts and love and to Damian. And in the picture was Damian and his mom and his dad, and then sitting down at the table was Brahman and his daughter. And I did the same thing. I was like, oh, that's right, it's his daughter.
Yeah.
I was like,
that was when they were down there for
whatever it was
Fort Myers, Sarasota area
a year ago or something like that.
A couple years ago.
Because she's not his daughter doesn't.
Wait,
live
it was
there.
before COVID, I believe.
Wasn't it?
Yes, everything was before COVID.
That's right.
Because of travel.
PC.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, before COVID.
Oh,
No, it's
BC.
BC, AC.
BC.
You get it? Before Christ, after Christ?
Yeah.
Before COVID, after COVID.
There you go.
There we go. Look at that.
I don't know if they did AC though. It's AD. And well, it totally doesn't stand for after Christ. But
it doesn't sound better in my way.
Hey, there you go. We're going to take a quick break. We have musical pairings for you, as we always do. I hope you enjoy them. You can go to the Brew Happy Tunes playlist on Spotify. Check those out. If you have any questions or requests, please go ahead and shoot me a line. It's ryan@thebrewhappyshow.com, and I will try and throw in some of the music that you like. You can always reach me on Instagram and Facebook and all that nonsense craziness. But here you go. We'll be right back. We have some music. We have some more beers. Cheers.
This is Brian Cox at Chucka-Nuts Brewery. We're listening to the Brew Happy Show, and thanks for having me.
Beer mongers. Where in this urban jungle can I find a decent craft beer?
Look, what's that off in the distance?
Distance? What distance? We're so conveniently located at Southeast 11th Avenue.
Beer mongers, bottle shop and tap room. Oh no, what's that?
Don't worry, that's just Damian rooting around in our extensive selection.
So many different beers!
Beer mongers, bottle shop and tap room.
For more information, visit thebeermongers.com or check out our social media.
And now for more Brew Happy.
John, I need more beer.
1, 2, 3, 4. I was a dreaming of the past. Ooh, my heart was beating fast. I began to lose control. Yes, I began to lose control. I didn't want to hurt you. Oh yes, I'm sorry I made you cry.
Oh, yeah.
I did not want
I bet you're a jealous guy who listen to us drink these delicious beers. They are delicious. Get yourself down to Chuckanut if you haven't been down to Chuckanut.
You know what's 2 blocks away, don't you?
Beer mongers.
Yeah, that's where I was eating.
That's where you eat. What did you pick up? Fire on the Mountain?
Yes.
Are you going to go to the new Bend location? Do you think you'll go down there? The Campfire Hotel?
Well, maybe. I mean, if I don't get to Bend,
You've gotten to Bend less in the last 5 years than you have the
Denver.
Previous. Yeah, well, that too.
I go to Denver more than
But
Bend.
you used to go to Bend all the time to go skiing.
Yes, all the time. That's when I couldn't really travel outside the area because of kids.
Yeah.
Now that I got kids, don't have kids,
Right.
I can take long trips.
You do things. You go places.
Go places. Before I went places, but they were always an hour or two away.
Because I remember when the first 2 seasons or so, we were on the show, and I remember we had Chris, I want to say Hodges. I'll have to go back and listen, but Chris Hodges, who was at the time the CEO of Worthy Brewing down in Bend.
Oh, yeah.
He was on the show, and he's like, "Yeah, come down, we'll give you a tour." And we're like, "Oh, we should plan a Bend trip because there's Deschutes and 10
there's a
Barrel.
lot of them.
There's Crux is down there. It's great, lots of good stuff." And you're like, "Yeah, we can plan it. We can go skiing. You guys can stay at the place." And I remember us talking. We just never did it.
Never did it.
No.
Yeah, you know.
But we can always still do that because it doesn't matter when you go. Bend is always great.
True. I can still ski.
Well, if we go in the spring or summertime, probably not. But
You can ski late. You can ski.
you can ski late.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
can ski into April easily.
But we can go to the
Summer skiing.
We can go to the Campfire Hotel
There we go.
and have chicken and waffle bowls and have delicious wings.
You know, all we would need is to have a dog-friendly hotel.
I'll have to figure that out, or an Airbnb or something.
Airbnbs, a lot of them have dog-friendly stuff.
We can find one.
Yes.
I'm sure we can.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. It's Bend.
It's Bend.
It's
There's
gotta-
all kinds of craziness.
And they got
Rental
dog-friendly.
houses. Yeah.
Where did we go the other day? We were wondering if it was dog-friendly, and they were just littered with dogs.
You just walked in and go, I wonder if they allow dogs in here.
And I walked in there, and there was
Shih
just
Tzus
like
and poodles running by you.
dogs everywhere. And I
Was
went,
there really?
Apparently, they allow dogs here. So I can't remember where the hell.
Well, it wasn't the
we
third-
we didn't bring our dog because we weren't sure. What the hell? Oh, I'll never remember.
How's the outside tent at Thirsty Sasquatch, by the
Oh
way?
my God!
Is it
was
great?
Fantastic.
I got to meet you over there one of these
Oh,
days.
my
I haven't
God.
been since they put the tent up.
I wanted to tell Sean. I said, if you want to look at a tent, you might want to look at their tent. I was looking at how it's mounted to the ground too. That thing is industrial.
Oh, did they have the braces like in the concrete?
Well, they had the braces with 2 things in the concrete, and then they had another layer of metal.
Oh, jeez.
And I went, oh, wow, that is never.
It's not going anywhere.
No.
And the winds, that's a place where the winds can kind of
Not
kick
bad.
through.
We're so great is tucked in an area where they have no east wind, no north wind.
Yeah.
It'd only be a west wind or a south, and that's not usually
Very, very seldom do they get a south, but sometimes they get a west.
west, but not usually as bad as
Not
an
very,
east.
no, yeah. Oh, the east winds especially.
Yeah, but
well, that's how you
building
feel up
blocks
on
it.
the.
Yeah, the building blocks it. So we were there Saturday night, and it was rocking.
I bet it was.
It was rocking.
I'll have to meet you for a Thirsty Thursday. Come down and have, because you guys go down on Thursdays or Fridays.
It depends.
Jesus, you don't even know.
No, not Thursday. No, we go Fridays or Saturdays. It all depends. On yeah, because what did we do? Something Friday, and then we went Saturday instead.
Speaking of things to have and try, you used to Fridays used to go out to Brothers Cascadia quite a bit.
That was during the COVID thing, and they were the only people open. They're dog friendly.
That's right, but they're still
Yeah.
open and they're still dog
Yeah.
friendly. But we talked about this, I think, last week or the week before, the collabuary that Brothers Cascadia has done in the past.
Is that February?
It's already started.
Okay,
And-
starting
and,
January.
End of January goes through February.
Okay.
So it's for you guys, it's 7 collaborating breweries within 2 months, and then it's within 2 iconic beer towns as well as what's being hosted at their home lodge.
Because I was out there about a week or 10 days ago, and they didn't have any collaboration.
Yeah, the first release was on the 20th, and then they have
yeah.
they're gonna be up in Seattle on the 27th at Pine Box, so you guys can look in the.
Oh yeah, that's just this last weekend. This weekend.
Yeah, no, that's coming up. 'Cause
No.
today's the 23rd, so the 27th.
Oh, it's starting.
Yeah, the 20th is when they released them.
Got it.
So just a couple days ago, and then the 27th they'll be up in Seattle.
Okay.
And then they're going to be down in Bend in February on the 17th, and then there's another release on the 17th
February.
at their location, and then down in Bend on the 24th at Broken Top Bottle Shop. But here's some of the beers you guys want to look forward to having. They have created some really great collaborations, and the beer can designs are actually really great. Again, I think the past we've seen some of their can designs that are killer. Gather Round IPA. It's a West Coast style IPA brewed in collaboration with Georgetown Brewing up there in
Ooh.
Seattle. Lots of Simcoe, Chinook, and Idaho 7.
What was that one called again?
It's called Gather Round.
Oh, boy, that one I'm looking forward to.
West Coast IPA.
Yes.
We can probably get them in cans down there at Brothers Cascadia. So the next time you're at them, they'll ask them for the Collabuary beers, and I'm sure they will help. This one has some bold flavors of grapefruit and pine, and it has some dank, lingering tropical notes as well. You also want to find yourself drinking, as I look at my Power Brewer's Handful. This is a hazy IPA, 6.7%. Brewer's Handful hops used in the boil of this beer, and then a huge dose of Sultana Salvo hop extract. This is a cryo Sultana and the Nelson, and then some Strata hops that are in there as well. That looks really good, and that one was brewed in collaboration with Future Primitive, also up there in the Seattle area. And then the other one that they did up in the Seattle area is called Panoramic Pills, and this is a New World Pilsner. This was in collaboration with Rubens Brews up there in Seattle as well. You guys want to make sure you get some of that. And the last one that I think they just did with this, the Northwood Brewery Tap House there in Battleground, they did a Collabuator, and this is a, where did it go? Doppelbock. There's a good beer to have right there. 6.6%. Go ahead and get yourself one of those as well. So if you want to check out some of these cool events that are happening around town on the 25th, which is tomorrow for us, Northwood Brewery and Public House in Battleground, Washington will be having one of the release parties for that beer that I just mentioned, the Collabuator. And then on the 27th up in Seattle at the Pine Box. And then look forward in February at Brothers Cascadia. They have a release party on the 17th, and then down at Broken Top Bottle Shop in Bend for the other beer that they're going to be releasing down there. Guys, check it out. Go to newschoolbeer.com. Check out some more of that, and just follow their Instagram page, because I took snapshots of those beers so I could remember to pick them up. So the next time you are out there, pick up some. We'll try them on the show.
Yes, I go out there to I go to the Papa Pete's Pizza in Richfield. It's my only pizza I eat.
That's good stuff.
So I drive out there.
Have you tried Champ's Pizza here in Vancouver?
No.
There in Vancouver. It's right by the mall.
No.
It's actually delicious.
I only go to Papa Pete's. Sorry.
Why?
I'm stuck. So we go out there, take the dog, pick up the pizza, and come down Brothers Cascade and eat the pizza.
Oh, there you go. That's not a bad idea.
With beer.
That's not a bad
With
idea.
their beer, yeah. And they got heaters out front.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And they allow dogs.
We should plan a night, like a Friday night, and go out there, the three of us.
Yeah, there you go, with the dog.
With the dog.
Yeah,
I meant Damian, not the dog. Just not you, me, and the dog. You, me, and Damian, but then bring the dog too.
Oh, there you go.
So the four of us.
That's fine. Yeah, with the dog. You know, dog. You know, they were talking about dog hair. It's just like confetti.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It gets stuck in everything.
Yeah, if it's around, it's gonna be there.
That's the one downside of it, because I really am a dog person. I love dogs, and I know one day when we have a yard, we'll get a dog. But Erica's not a dog person, and I'm like, it's okay. Our child one day will be like, "Mommy, can I have a dog?" And you're gonna tell her no. Well, good luck with that.
Dogs are great. Cats,
not so much. I could live a million years without a cat.
I know.
That'd be great.
They don't like you.
No, they don't like anything.
Right, but
they hate their own existence.
Dogs love you.
Oh,
hey, you want to brush my belly? You want to give me a food?
Here.
Oh, yeah, well, you want to go running? I'll fetch a ball. I'll fetch a stick.
Good luck. My dog don't fetch anything.
Your dog's getting older.
Yeah. No, he didn't fetch from day one.
He's not a very agile
He's a
beast.
retriever that goes, I don't fetch, because if
he doesn't retrieve.
No, he doesn't retrieve because he goes like, why are you throwing the stick away if you want the stick?
You're right. He's a retriever. He's a watcher.
Yeah, exactly.
Why'd you throw that ball over there, bud?
I'm observing things. And if someone comes by the house, I'll observe them. I'm not going to say anything, but I'll go, yeah, there's someone over there.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He's not really.
Hey, good job, man.
Yeah. The only thing he makes noise for, he hates crows.
Does he really?
Yes.
He barks at the crows?
Oh, God. He goes
Is it hilarious to watch?
Yes.
Is it watch?
Yeah, because he thinks he's going to catch one.
Oh, fuck. What's he
and
gonna
the
do?
crows are funny because they're very smart birds, so they sit there on the ground and they stare at him as
me.
they come. Yeah.
Come at me,
Come
bro.
at me, dude. Come on, all you want. And then last second, they just go straight up.
Oh, shit.
And then my dog doesn't understand what the hell's going on.
Jesus. Oh, right. Well, I'm going to, prost to the dog.
Roast the dog.
There you go. Poor Barley, man.
No, not
Burley.
Burley. He's
Burley.
great because he doesn't like other dogs. So we walk him without a leash, and he just ignores everybody.
He does. He's
He
so
just
sweet.
walks around and goes like, "Yeah, I'm
Unless
not
you
gonna."
got a French fry,
Well, that's true.
and he's like, "Hey,
Well, here's the fun. The other day we
if
walked.
you throw that French fry, I'll go retrieve it."
We did a walk late, and we could hear the owl really, really loud. So I tried to find the owl,
like a barn owl or something?
What's the Owl in the Woods by David
Yeah,
Douglas, and I've seen him before. And so I said, "Let's go down the woods and try and find him." When we went down the woods, he quit making noise
Of course he
because
did.
he could hear.
Because he's a
us.
bird. He knows.
Yeah, he goes down. So we come out of the thing, and
He's
all of a
out
sudden
going,
I
"Hey,
see
he's
Burley run over there, and he starts eating something. I go, "Oh shit!" So I run over there, and there's this big old pile of cat food.
Oh, Jesus.
Right, so I shoo him out of there, and he went like, "Yeah, you're okay," and he just left. Usually I would have to battle him, but he realized it was cat food. And he went, "It's not that good."
That's not that great.
not that
I get
great.
better food at home.
Yeah, better for cat food.
Oh, shit. What did you have this week? What beers were on the tap for John?
I had a lot of beers this week.
Uh-oh.
A lot of great beers this week. The one I just had minutes ago was called Deck the Hills.
Wow, that sounds a little bit behind the times, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's a Jackie O's Brewery. It's a winter ale.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, it's a 5.6% English festival beer, like a little stronger ESB.
Oh, nice.
That was fantastic.
Okay.
That one I like. But the one that was very interesting and everyone's been raving about is my favorite beer of all time is coffee style beers. But
Right.
coffee beers that aren't stouts and
Right.
porters. I like my favorite all-time beer is a coffee Kolsch.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I also
Yeah.
like coffee pale ales and coffee IPAs.
Coffee lagers.
Coffee lagers.
I think we've had a couple of Vienna coffee lagers.
Vienna
in
coffee
it.
lagers. Those are, I don't like the stouts and imperial stouts with the coffee thing. So you don't see as many of those. Well, Forsyth just came out with a beer called Magic Beans,
Ooh.
and it's a coffee IPA.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think they were talking about the magic beans that make you toot.
Well, they don't do that. But it was brewed with strata hops and Ethiopian whole coffee beans.
I want to know that process.
K&F Coffee Roasters. I did buy a 4-pack of beer, so I'll have it next week on the show.
Damian will enjoy that.
Damian will love it. A couple other interesting beers I had was called a cold chocolate peppermint stout from Matchless.
Ooh, Matchless does put out some
It
fun
was
stuff.
infused with peppermints. A stout was spiked with peppermint, and it was a cold chocolate. I'm not sure. It was
like
interesting.
a cold IPA.
Well, it's a stout, so that was interesting. My favorite beer of the week by far, though, is I love West Coast IPAs.
You do.
And me and Mike Bolt were talking about beers lately and tap houses, and he says, and I've seen this, is the hazy IPs are starting to fade.
Right.
He says they sort of dominated. The West Coasts are coming back.
Yeah.
But some people are hesitant to bring back too many West Coasters. They're hanging with the hazies. But Mike's seen, he says at one time, he says last year it was probably 3 hazies for every one West Coast.
Right.
He says now it's 3 West Coasts for every 1 hazy.
That sounds about
And-
right.
and they're
Or at
cha-
least 2 to 2.
He's changing. So he has, most people I've noticed only have like 1 West Coast IPA on tap mostly, with a bunch of other variety. Mike Bolt, they work on it. They always have 3 to 4 West Coast IPAs.
He usually does have at least 3
Yes.
West Coasts, usually, and then like 2 to 3, depending on, because like the one they just
The
did
season.
right? They just did a couple that were on when we were there. There was 2 from Fort George, the Fields of Green and the City of Dreams. Both are hazies, but very drastically different in the way that they've been made. But that was probably, there was only maybe 1 other hazy on the list, and the rest of them were either West Coast or just standard IPAs.
Yes, and this one I just had recently, which is one of the better IPAs I've had in a while. It's called Murder Swan.
What?
Yes, it's by Grains of Wrath.
Of course it is.
Yes,
They're the IPA kings.
West Coast IPA Kings.
They are.
They are. He has a lot of them there, and it's a
Dystopia has always been such a great beer.
6.8% ABUs.
Wow, that's
It's,
high.
and it's a fantastic. I went back and had that a couple times. Boy, that was very good. Another interesting beer I had this week was from 5440 Brewing Company at Roscoe's later. late at night, and it was Nessie's Highland Ale on cask.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yes.
That's one Jeremy would like.
Yes, it's 5.2%, not real strong. It's on cask. It has no carbonation. Oh, it tastes so good, and it's a good beer you can sleep on afterwards.
You should send him that because they love Bolt Minister and 5440.
Yes.
Send him that beer. If you're, I don't know if you're on friends with him, but or at least take a screenshot of it.
Everything. Yeah,
send it to him. He'll want to have that. The other thing I was just thinking about, I just had a beer from, I had Breakside's just standard IPA.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. It's really delicious.
Yes, they do a fantastic West Coast IPA thing, too.
Yeah, it's just a super crisp, really nice, not overly hoppy. It's just a nice West Coast IPA. It's really great. And then the was it pizza, whatever it is, the pizza beer from Fort George, had that.
Yes, I know.
Pizza pie or whatever it is. And then I had from Fort Side the blueberry sour.
Oh, I saw that there.
That has vanilla in it.
Oh.
It's really good. It is a sour, so it's tart, but the blueberry flavor along with the vanilla it's like kind of like what we were talking about with the oats when we were making making the beer of having like breakfast and with blueberries. It had a very breakfasty kind of feel to it. It was really good. So kudos to Fort Side for that beer. That was delicious.
And then when Sue was having eye surgery last week.
What? You didn't tell me this.
Well, yeah, I don't tell you everything. You'd be surprised how many things I don't tell you.
You don't tell me a lot. That's true.
Yeah.
So, I didn't tell you I put my car in the ditch Tuesday either. But
well, I did have an accident Friday night too. Someone T-boned me there too. That'll be fine, But this is so I went across the street, literally across the street from her eye surgery. I had 2 hours to kill.
Well, yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, literally 2 hours. Right across the street was Hopworks.
Of course.
Out there, 177th the Mill Plate.
Of course.
So I went. I said, "Let's have some beer."
Is she doing better now? Is she fine?
Oh, the eye thing is fantastic. Here's the weird thing.
Does she have LASIK?
No, she took off like one cataract.
Oh, that's good.
But here's the weird thing is literally they take it off. You wear a pirate patch. Right? She was a pirate.
So she needs to look more like a gangster than she already is.
Right.
Great.
And then, but here's weird. They come back in 18 hours. They come in, they take it off, and they go, "Yeah, you're good to go."
Weird.
And I'm going like 18 hours, and she goes,
that's what they told me.
Yeah.
If they had told me 24, I would have listened to them.
Yeah, but it's like
18.
It's fine to go. Yeah, it's so weird that
I think they're
that fast.
I think they're just waiting. They wanted two things. They want to make sure there's no infection, and they want to make sure there's no abnormal swelling.
Correct.
Right.
And after 18 hours,
it's kind of a sensitive part of your body.
But if everything's
have you ever poked yourself in the eye? It hurts like hell.
I figure after 18 hours, if nothing's happened, you're good to go.
You're good.
So
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did she say she can see better?
Well, everything's clear. Yes.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, because she had one eye that was sort of hazy and one not so much.
Yeah.
Now she
clear.
Yeah.
Now one's really clear and one's like, yeah, it's normal.
Right. Well, yeah, she's sort of going like,
hey.
They told me the other one was going to be good for many years. And
I think they're fucking
she
lying
goes
to
like,
me.
it's not as good as the one I just had. And I said, maybe you should get that one done
Get
too.
them both done. Who cares?
I mean, it's not. Yeah.
What the fuck's the matter? It's only money.
It's only money.
It's only money.
It's only money.
If it's spent looking at things clearer, especially if you guys travel,
right?
When you go see places.
I said when she goes to Scotland again, she's gonna go like, I've never seen it this detailed.
I've never seen it this clear.
This clear. Before it was always
beautiful.
cloudy, even when it was sunny.
Oh shit!
So, but she has to wait for a month to get new glasses. So
there you go.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Well, congratulations to her and her eyeballs.
Yeah, her eyeballs.
Oh,
wait,
gosh.
I got to tell you the beer I had.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I had it's all about the beer show.
Yeah.
So I had the Abominable.
Right. Because they have it.
Winter Ale, but when they bourbon barreled it, they called it the Abominable Old Fashioned.
Oh.
And they put it in a bourbon barrel, 11.3% winter ale in a bourbon barrel. And you know what I've determined? I don't necessarily like bourbon barrel ales. You know, that's the other thing. I was talking to Mike about him with the Imperial Stouts. He says, you know, before everyone made an Imperial Stout, and they were putting raspberries and chocolates and coffees and blueberries and vanillas.
Really punching it up, yeah.
Doing all the stuff up. He says, lately, a whole bunch of these have been coming out without any flavoring, with just the Russian Imperial Stout blank.
Right.
And he says, they're doing much better. And he's getting more and more of those, where before it was sort of even hard to find something that wasn't flavored.
Well, the other thing too is I think so many people, because it's been a craze, is that, like you said, that just even without flavor, but putting it in bourbon barrels or rum barrels or tequila barrels, like we've seen the Abyss.
Right.
All the Abyss
Everything.
has been great, but the problem is like, yeah, the saturation is like everything is a goddamn no, and it just becomes I want a standard stout.
Right.
Yeah, like give me 2 flavors, chocolate and coffee, or chocolate and hazelnuts. Like
Those are 2
right.
good ones, but not all the others. And
Now, here's the thing: is though we had the Sam Smith's organic chocolate stout with framboise, which is a raspberry ale, which is really great. But that's 2 things we mixed.
yeah,
Having multiple fruits in your dark chocolatey thick stout on
vanillas,
nitro,
coconut.
yeah. But here's the problem is, and this is counterintuitive or counterproductive to this conversation, is because Fort George every single year, come stout month in February, puts out a matryoshka with
Yes, they do.
with different
stuff.
with different variants.
But they also put out the regular matryoshka.
They also put that, and then they say, this is the bourbon barrel aged one. Here you go. No big deal. It's done. And then this is the one with vanilla. And then this is the one with vanilla and, jalapenos. It's never happened, but that's not my point. They have done it correctly. They've never, I don't think they've ever overproduced on that particular brand. But they're probably one of the only people. I mean, really, the only other one would be probably Fremont.
Yep.
Up in Seattle.
Oh yeah, with the
B-bomb.
B-bomb.
But it's tough. It is really tough. If you don't do it well, and you continue to do it, you're just not going to sell it. But Fort George, and we know Festival of the Dark Arts coming up here. If you don't have tickets, you're going to
Valentine's Day area.
Yeah, it's the 28th of February.
Oh, really? That far after? Wow.
I don't remember.
Usually it's real near Valentine's Day.
No, I want to say it's. I don't have it written down.
Oh well.
It's in February though. It's later, I think, this year.
Oh, a lot of things have been later this year.
Yeah, there's a few things. I bet I'll find it. I'll find it on the break and then I'll come back. But it is happening in February. So if you guys wanted to go, you can't go. But if you get lucky to get tickets to go Festival of the Dark Arts, it's an all-day event at Fort George. And
February 18th. I
That's
told you it's really close to
It was-
Valentine's Day.
I knew there was an 8th though. I said 28, not 18th.
Yeah, 18th.
Lots of
12
yeah.
to 12.
And of course, February is Stout Month, but also it's isn't it Oregon Brewers Month, or isn't it?
It's collaboratory, right?
No, yeah, that's the same thing. It's a big. February is always a big month for beer.
The dark art. I just
Yeah.
can't take a lot of dark arts.
Yeah, dark beers can be a lot, but sometimes it's nice to have.
I learned is, those bourbon barrel things. I kept going like, I hate bourbon, and I'm going, why do I drink bourbon barrel aged beers when I hate bourbon? And I started to realize I'm an idiot.
Well,
I
I
should
think it
stop
just depends.
doing
Yeah,
that.
it depends. Well, I am out of beer, so I'm going to need another one. When we're going to come back, we're going to do the brew news. John is going to talk about something. He might talk about whiskeys that he didn't bring, but he wanted to bring because maybe we'll go
I
somewhere
might have
else.
to pee.
Yeah, there you go. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with some brew news and some other fun things to talk about on the calendar that you guys can look forward to attending yourself if you're in the local area. We'll be right back with more of that. Enjoy the music.
And I
You listen to the Brew Happy Show, so do I. Do it. I'm John Paul from Paul Cigars. Everyone knows I think craft beer is awesome, but so is my huge selection of cigars. You can get all your favorite tobacco products at any one of my conveniently placed locations in Beaverton, East Vancouver, and my headquarters store on Jansen Beach. Our wide selection and helpful staff will make your visit so very satisfying. You might even want to have a beer to celebrate. So come on in and check us out. For more information, contact us at paulcigars.net.
Hi, this is the Green Goddess of Portland, here to bring interior wilding to your space. Offering local consultations, weekly plant care, pest solutions, rare plant curation and sales. This houseplant hobby has cultivated a worthy collection backed by knowledge and experience. And now I want to help you make your business beautiful. Contact Bronwyn, the Green Goddess, at greengoddessbotanic@gmail.com and Green Goddess Botanic on Instagram. Brew Happy, proudly supporting women in craft beer since 2010.
John, I need more beer.
Good luck. This is actually, I played this song specifically this week because it was, and I've been doing this the last couple weeks. I think I'm going to continue to do it. On this day in music history, in 1988, a ragtag group of misfits in Seattle, Washington walked into a recording studio and made a 10-song album that later got picked up under the name
Nirvana?
Nirvana.
Look at that.
1988.
Wow.
This day in 1988.
Any of these people dead yet?
A couple of them.
Okay. They didn't last that long, did they?
One predominant member is still alive and kicking, literally.
They're not like Mick Jagger, huh?
God. Well, here's the thing is, I give a lot of credit. So it's funny is, there's a couple of different interviews that I've seen with Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters, who was the drummer of Nirvana, which everyone doesn't really...
He's still alive.
He's still alive. But he talks about, he did a couple of interviews where he talks about he stole some beats from like old like funk, just drum beats from like funk songs from the 70s.
Oh.
And just like blatantly ripped off this beat or rhythm style, and they used it in a couple of these songs. So when you hear like these dong chick dong chick dong chick dong 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 chick dong, it's just a funk beat that he just made into a rock song. It's genius. He's like, I didn't do anything original. I stole other people's musical stylings, and then we made it into Nirvana. But some of the stuff, though, he's still, by the way, I've seen him play drums. He still kills it. Dave Grohl is
he actually looks semi-healthy.
He's very healthy.
Yeah.
He's
you know what I mean?
healthy.
As opposed to some people.
Well, the reason why he's so healthy is because he's like, I got to fucking stay alive for my kids.
There you go.
That's
the best thing to do.
That's the best thing.
Right.
Okay. Before we get to the brew news, I got myself another beer, so I have the Vienna Lager. It's delicious. I got a small pour. But then, this was recently released here at Chuckanut. It is the barley wine, and we're going to give that a taste here and see what we think.
Barley wine. Oh.
Actually, that's fairly pleasant.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
And I think I had mentioned it. Bryant said it wasn't as quote-unquote sticky as other barley wines, and it's not. I mean, it's sweet, but it's not overtly sweet. And it's not overtly...
That's true.
Like some barley wines, you kind of get some like a tangy tartness, kind of almost like it was a Berliner Weiss almost, but it's not quite ale-y like that. It's definitely more like wine-like.
Yeah, 10.3, so it's not super killer.
It's good though.
Just a traditional. There you go. Traditional English barley wine.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It is very good.
Let's do the news real quick before we head into Whiskey Corner and talk about all the fun things I'm sure that you would like to talk about. So I'm gonna just go here. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna push this button right here and talk about the Brew Happy news. Brought to you by NewSchoolBeer.com and BrewPublic.com. We have the news on the brews down your avenues. That's my new catch line, by the way. Did you like that?
That is actually pretty good. The news, yes.
News on the brews down your avenues.
Yes, that is pretty fantastic.
Thank you. Craftwell Cocktails, who we know is a side partner of our friends down in Craft. What is it? Holy shit! Craft Cocktails, which is a side partner of Two Towns Cider House down in Corvallis. They come out with the Peach Mojito can cocktail lineup. So that one might be one I get. I do like a good mojito, and I do like peaches. So you can find yourself.
Half I like both those things too.
March 2022, they came out with 4 flavors, and now they're adding the peach mojito to their lineup of the blueberries Cosmo, the pineapple margarita, the grapefruit Paloma, and there was one other one I can't remember what it was.
That'd be like the Georgia mojito as opposed to the Miami mojito.
Yeah, there you go. So look for that coming soon if it's not already out. I'm gonna have to get myself one of those. I do like myself some Craftwell cocktails. It's from Two Towns. Two Towns. Great Notion promises their haziest IPA yet for their 7th anniversary celebration. Coming up here on Saturday, January 28th in Portland, the pastry, dessert, and sours of thick stouts are going to be on their backs because they're going to make a double dry hop, double IPA, $7 bill. That's what it's going to call it. It's a New England-style hazy IPA from Great Notion, celebrating their 7th anniversary.
It's the thickest one yet.
It's going to be the haziest of hazies. Look forward to that, guys. Stop by. The party kicks off at noon on Saturday, down off of their northwest location, off of 28th in Portland. Go check it out. Tell them we sent you. Go drink their beer. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Industry. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. New Belgium Brewing imagines Fat Tire Ale. Think about that, John.
I saw that.
Fat Tire Ale has been forever synonymous with beer. And
amber beers, but no more.
They're changing it up.
To a pale ale.
That's right. It's going to be a Fat Tire Ale. It's going to be a pale. They're going to change it up, new can design or bottle design. It's actually not it's not unappealing.
The design is very good, but they completely changed the beer. It's from you know why? Only old people drink ambers.
That's true.
And pale ales is a good beer that appeals to way more people.
So just a classic ale. They're dropping the amber styling. It's going to pour really crisp and golden in color with an off-white creamy head, big grassy and floral hop notes. It's just going to be a nice, crispier, less maltier version of a beer that I think it'll sell. I'll drink it. At least I'll try it. I like New Belgium.
It'll be a well-made beer, but it will be boring.
I don't know if it'll be boring.
Yeah, it'll be
It just
boring.
won't be as forward as the amber.
Well, the amber is more boring too.
Yeah, that's fair. Our friends over at Gigantic and Ecliptic collaborate on Space Brontosaurus IPA. I almost got that one butchered. I didn't, though. Gigantic Brewing, along with their friends over at Ecliptic, make Space Brontosaurus IPA. And this is going to be a beauty. And if you guys want to check that out, make sure you get yourself some. It's going to be a fun one to drink. I'm looking forward to it. You should be looking forward to it as fucking well. They released it this last weekend, so if you guys want to get yourself some, go check it out. Let me know what you think. It's got some grilled pineapple notes in there. Yum. Try it. Delicious. Pike Brewing releases Long Dark Barrel Aged Stout and Short Days Double Hazy IPA. Now, Pike Brewing has been up in Seattle, did a little bit of a revamp on their cans. They changed some things at their brewing location, but they have a couple of new beers that you should want to try. The Short Days Double Hazy IPA is Sunshine in a can made with Centennial, Simcoe Mosaic, and Cascade hops. and it is very expressive as a hazy IPA with aromas of fruit, melon, and flowers. Easy drinking, hop-focused, and medium-bodied, highlighting flavors of orange, cantaloupe, and honeysuckle with a smooth finish, 8.2% ABV. Limited release of this hazy IPA is now out through March. Get yourself 6-pack and 12-ounce cans of that. And then, of course, the Long Dark Barrel-Aged Stout is a perfect winter warmer. It's big, rich, full body. Packs a 13.3 ABV punch. Damn! Aged for 36 months, this beer boasts notes of port, baked dark fruit, molasses, brown sugar, raisins, figs, and vanilla. Get yourself 4-pack, 12-ounce of that as well, or also on draft. I might have to get myself some of that. If someone wants to gift me some Pike Brewing release of Short Days, Double Hazy, or the Long Dark Barrel-Aged Stout, I will take it. Oakshire Brewing Dark Days of February, Hellshire 7th release. That's right, the Hellshire 7th release coming up on February 3rd in the Dark Days of February the 3rd through the 25th. Things like Hellshire 7 and Heart-Shaped Box 2023. The Overcast Cafe will also feature a Mexican mocha and Visit Munich Doppelbock. If you guys want to check those out, you can. But we know the Heart-Shaped Box is a delicious bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout with raspberries, coffee, cocoa, vanilla beans, and it's in 22-ounce bottles, 14.5% ABV. The Hellshire 7, it's an imperial stout aged in Elijah Craig 12-year bourbon barrels. There's another one for John, wherever he went. I don't know where John went. I think John went to the bathroom. We'll have to tell him about that when he gets back. 12th installment of Oakshire's annual bourbon barrel-aged Hellshire series. Sorry, not 7. 12. I meant 12. Hellshire 12. 13.5%. The Mexican Cafe, the Overcast Cafe Mexican Mocha. This is the first variation and limited series of the cafe. It's an imperial style. And don't stop that music. And then the Munich Doppelbock as well, German style, cold condition, and ultra rewarding over the last 4 months. So get yourself some of that from Oakshire.
I'm having fun with the customers.
Yeah, that's
Look
okay.
at that. We got in the next round.
Okay,
You're
we'll talk about that in
slow.
just a second. Sorry, I am slow. Before we get to the last 2 bits of news, I have one more piece, but we'll talk about that here in just a second. We wanted to tell you that industry veteran Tim Ensign, who used to be at Fort
Our
George.
buddy.
He's back, baby!
Where was he before? He was at
He was at Fort George, and then he
before that.
Oh, he was.
Remember locally. He was something locally, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I know.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it
He's
was.
back now. He's back in the seat. He has joined up with Oregon-based brewery Steeplejack, and we are excited that he is back. It's been a crazy whirlwind of growth and a journey for them, but Tim is a veteran, and he brings a lot of experience and a lot of great tenacity with him. Some of the beers that they make at Fort George were because of him and his
farm.
His farm, Earthwind Farm, Earth Tree Farm.
Yes.
Something like that. I'll have to ask.
Spruce tips.
Spruce tips. The Cathedral Tree. That's what it is. That's
They're
the
gonna.
beer.
That's right. But they're gonna use that at Steeplejack too. His spruce tips.
I think that's going to be great. We'll have to have him on the show and talk about that.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know what else?
What?
He's tall.
He is really tall.
He is.
He's a tall guy.
He's a tall guy.
And the last but not least, we have the guide to the St. John's Winter Beer Fest at
Oh,
Stormbreaker
I
Brewing.
saw that.
That is coming up
This weekend.
Yeah, this weekend on Saturday, January 28th.
Yes.
There are 2 sessions. Now you can go from 1 to 4, or you can go from 5 to 8.
Or you can go from 1 to 8.
Or you can stay all fucking day.
All day.
Commemorative T-shirts and mugs and beanies are also available. $25 tickets, which is really not a bad deal.
No, I think I'm going to park near the McPolanders and force them to drive me.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
There's some beers that they're going to have. Here's some things you can expect to have at this winter ale fest, so to speak. Migration Brewing is doing a Schwartz beer, and Cliptic is doing an Ort Imperial Stout. Living House is doing a Pearl Coffee Stout. Old Town Brewing,
coffee.
Horchata Stout, Breakside Brewing, Barley Wine Volume 3, Ex Novo, Darkness Ensues Schwartz Beer. There's lots of others. Pono, I knew that Dan Milchin before he was famous, Winter Warmer. Don't know what- there you go. Fort George and Grains of Wrath have original creature export stout. There's lots to have. There's cider. Guys, looks like Weiss Beer is even going to have one. Go check it out. It's this Saturday. There's 2 sessions. And if you don't, you're missing out, as well as the calendar that is ever growing as we come out of the winter season. Don't forget, Festival of the Dark Arts, Saturday, February 18th. Guys, February 26th is the homebrew competition for Shebrew. You can still go and check that out. And if you want to go to Shebrew, it's March 5th from noon to 7. If you buy VIP tickets, it's $60. General admission is $30. VIP gets in 11. General gets in at 12, so you get an hour early. You get to try all those homebrew beers. They're going to be on display and be pouring. Guys, shebrew.beer if you want to be in the homebrew competition or participate in the Brew Fest as it is March 5th. Go check that out. I know I'm going to. I might even be helping work the event. We'll find out. Before we get done, we're going to take a walk down the street and head over to Whiskey Corner.
Come guess me this riddle, what beats pipe and fiddle, what's hotter than mustard and milder than cream, what best wets your whistle, what's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey and stronger than steam. What can make the dumb talk, what can make the lame walk, what's the elixir of life and philosopher's stone, and what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames tunnel, sure wasn't it whiskey from Old Inishowen. So stick to the crater, the best thing in nature, for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. And boys, I'd half wonder if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boys.
With 3 convenient locations at Jansen Beach, East Vancouver, and Beaverton, we do appreciate our friend John Paul of Paul Cigars. Find more about cigars at paulcigars.net. But he does love and dabble quite a bit into the whiskey. What have you brought us
There we
this
go.
week?
But I don't sell whiskey.
No, you don't sell whiskey. You just bring it to the show.
Bring it to the show. Okay, so this week is, this is a special week. This is one of the special weeks in Scotland. On Wednesday, January 25th, it's the Robert Burns Day.
Great poet.
It's annually celebrated in Scotland on around January 25th. It commemorates the life of the poet Robert Burns, who was born on January 25th, 1759.
This is called Supper and Dunnage.
There you go. The day also celebrates Burns' contribution to Scottish culture. His best-known work is Old Enzyme.
There you go.
Look at that. So I brought a whiskey that they released this year for celebration, Burns Night in 2023. It's called Supper and Dunnage. It's from the Scotch Whisky Society.
Nice.
And it's from the Blair Athol Distillery, which is up in the Speyside area. And it's a sherried 14-year-old, 56.5%.
Wow. It's nice.
It's nice. It's a nice, slightly sweet
It does have
whiskey
a little bite.
that everyone's going to like at the dinner.
The dinner table.
And a dinner table.
At the dinner couch.
I always wonder, like, should I ever go to Scotland and celebrate this? But then I go in, again, it's in January. Yeah, their weather is like...
horrible.
Well, there's a difference between our weather and their weather. You know what the difference is? They have more wind.
Oh, a lot more.
Yeah, but that's about same rain, same temperature, more wind. So
we're talking like 18 to 30 mile an hour gusts.
Yeah, constantly. There's no trees or bushes that even grow in the freaking area.
Nothing stands the length of time.
Nothing stands
what's
the
this
length
one?
of time. So the next one I got was the it's the pre-peat. It's earthy, but it's not peaty.
Okay.
It's sort of one I like a lot. It's a Tobermory distillery. Wait. Did you drink the first? Well, yeah, you're slow.
I'm slow.
You're slow. Here, let me get you the second thing.
Jesus.
Oh, hey, that's pretty good. They never could hear that sucker, couldn't they? You know what they know? It's cork.
There you go.
We're not messing around with the screw top.
Let me read that, though.
Oh, baby. 15-year.
So, an Atlantic morning dip, the epitome of island-style coastal dram, full-bodied, robust, and oily, with elusive freshness and playful citrus and herbal qualities. Okay, let's try that.
And you know what I just got this week, Monday?
Wow, that smells great.
This Monday, I got my ferry passes over to Isla.
There you go.
Because you have to get them like on early. They release them on Monday, and to get a car over there during the Isla Festival.
Oh, that's delicious.
Which you have to book your room 18 months out. You have to get your ferry the day they release it, or else you might not make it over. Yeah. So we got my ferries over there. Here's the thing: is the ferries are, I think, incredibly affordable.
I'm sure they are.
They are. It's amazing because I'm going with the car, people, and you're going like, I'm taking a 3-hour ferry and it's costing me $12 a person and like $20 for the car. I like combine. You combine everything together, it's like $50-some, but you're going like, it seems really reasonable.
Yeah.
For something, and you know what else is great is it's very comfortable. They have a very open area, lots of food, lots of coffee. You can smoke cigars on the bridge. You got great scenery. It's like very enjoyable on the ferries.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It does sound great. I mean, like you just can't. Tell me how long a ferry is. I don't really care because a ferry is very happy moment. This is a peaty one. We always end with a peaty one. It's Glen Turret, which is a Highland whiskey, but it's still peaty.
I do like a Highland whiskey comparatively.
Yeah, but they get their peated barley from the distributors because they don't necessarily peat it themselves.
We held a barbecue with fiercely hot sizzling sage sausages, water-added ash, and soot whilst to taste. Cod liver oil and smoked sardines. God, if you don't want that whiskey, then you're probably fucking nuts.
Well, no, I don't know. That sounds sort of disgusting, actually.
Well, how's it taste?
You know what? You know what I don't like? I don't like sardines
or cod liver.
I like cod liver. Oh no, only when
I'll take a sage sausage. Though.
Yeah, true. But I love cod liver oil when I can spread it all over my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, you just get her all lubed up. Cod liver oil. Right. I think she would like that.
Nope, I don't think she would. We can ask her next time I see her.
I don't know. You don't know her. She might like the lots of cod liver oil. Nothing's slow going to happen there.
Moving on.
Oh, my God. What do we got coming up?
How is that, though?
Yes, it's actually very good. Wait, you're not doing the peat?
No.
You're slow.
I
usually
don't.
Saturday guys out here just killing it. You're I know you got to drive home at least a couple miles.
Yeah, more than that.
More than that.
You're staying in Portland, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Playing poker.
Yes.
Speaking of games,
yes,
I do got to tell you, it was an interesting week for football.
Yes, it was.
Because
it shows how a defensive coach, they should fire the coach of Buffalo.
They fucking should.
Yeah, because they need an offensive coach, not a defensive coach.
That's right.
Because it ain't working.
Yeah.
You know what you need in Buffalo?
And I knew they weren't going to win.
You need a running game.
Even without the snow.
It's snow. Yeah, but what's the weather in January every year in Buffalo?
It fucking snows.
Yeah, what do you need in a snow game? A running game.
Running game.
They don't have it.
They don't have it. So the Bengals move on to face the Chiefs, which I think they'll beat. I think the Bengals stat the Chiefs.
You know, because of his foot, his ankle.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I have Kansas City winning the Super Bowl.
I have the
That's
Bengals
my
winning
bet.
the Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think the Bengals will take the. I think. Well, here's the.
Now I would say that.
Here's the question.
Or Philly's gonna beat Cincinnati.
I don't know, but the Philly has to beat the fucking 49ers.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem, believe it or not.
You know what's surprising? The way that they performed against the Giants, which I didn't think the Giants
aren't a good team.
They're not good of the team this year, but the fact that they got it this far, congratulations.
Well, here's the thing with Philly.
I was surprised that Jacksonville fucking beat the Chargers to begin with.
Yeah, and then they gave Chiefs a really good game.
They gave them a great game.
Yeah.
That was a great game to watch.
But Philly, they had a week off, which helps.
Yeah.
And then they sort of had a semi-easy game.
They did.
So that really sets them up for where does San Francisco have to play Philly? In Philly.
Yeah.
So Philly's really set up to go to the Super Bowl.
I was actually very impressed by the way Prescott played their game this weekend.
I'm not.
No,
he's an idiot.
Well, but they did play a good game.
No, he's an idiot.
Really?
Yeah. He's a very tall person, and he can make all the throws. He has a brain of a 16-year-old.
Jesus.
That's his problem. He's an idiot.
But so, yeah.
You got to have all three.
Yeah,
you know who's a genius? Joe Burrow.
He is not a bad. He's not a
Dude,
bad guy.
that
Yeah,
guy
he's
is
smart.
our Joe Montana. He is so freaking smart.
He's crazy.
And he just messes with the defense, and they don't know what the hell he's doing.
Well, so then let's go ahead and just say it. Who's gonna be Super Bowl champs this year? Because there's out of 4 teams.
I have the Kansas City team, which I don't like with the injury to the ankle.
Even without the injuries, I think the Bengals have Kansas City's number. But then they have to get past whoever wins. And if it's
Philly.
if it's the 49ers.
No, it ain't going to be 49ers.
I know, but if it's the 49ers.
Philly.
If it's Kansas City and 49ers at the Super Bowl, there's no
Oh.
way. There's no way Kansas City will win.
No, they will win.
No.
If it's Kansas City 49ers, no problem.
No.
Yes. Because they beat Cincinnati and they can't beat Philly. I don't know if they can beat Philly or Cincinnati. They can beat 49ers, though. Because you know what
they
their
have to get past
quarterback
Cincinnati,
is?
and I don't think they're going to.
I agree. But San Francisco has a
getting past
tremendous defense and an average offense at best.
It's a pretty good offense. It's
No,
better than
no,
the last
it's not
couple
pretty
years.
good.
It's pretty good.
No.
Compared to last year.
No.
Last year was better?
No. They
No.
have a great defense.
They really do have a great defense.
They have
and
a
they know
great-
how to stop a run game.
Yes, they have a great defense.
Now that's the problem is Philly has a really great run game.
Yes.
So
they
that's
do.
so that's going to be where it's going to be an
Yes.
interesting game to watch.
Yes.
So we'll watch that game, but I think Cincinnati is going to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
hope not.
You're going
I
to lose a
know.
little bit of money.
I know.
I would
feel
say
bad.
I would call Cincinnati and 49ers at the Super Bowl and Cincinnati wins. That's how I see it.
I see Cincinnati and
Because
Philly.
that would be a third
Cincinnati
time.
and Philly.
That'd be the third time we see Bengals 49ers.
I know. And who's won all of them before?
Cincinnati.
No.
No.
San Francisco won them all before. Cincinnati's never won a championship.
Yeah, they're going to win it.
You know what? They deserve it.
This is to be their year.
Joe Burrow is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
He's phenomenal.
It's ridiculous.
He's so smart. He's so good.
I also think that
He's
I also
crazy. He's so good.
I'm going to say it right now. Next year, Lions. Next year, I think the Lions are going to at least make divisionals. They're going to do a lot better than they did this year. They were close.
I say Jacksonville next year.
Well, it depends on where Aaron Rodgers goes. Ooh, we'll find out. That's been
true.
sports.
And Tom Brady.
We'll see if he stays with the Buccaneers, especially after this season.
No, he's not staying with the Buccaneers for sure.
Oh.
And he will play again this year.
I'm sure he will.
So the question is it Las Vegas? You know why Las Vegas?
There's been talk about that, too.
His old coach.
Yeah.
Or what would be the one other
He
team?
can go up to Seattle. Why not?
Seattle, Jesus.
We need some help up there.
No, he's not doing
well, that's been our...
the Jets.
The Jets. Well, that's who might take Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I'd love to see a good quarterback on the Jets. They would mess with it. Oh, I know. It was Miami, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because they're set to go, too.
Yeah, they are. Oh, gosh, you guys. That's been Sports Happy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out.
We would never do this if Damian was here.
He would have turned it off about 5 minutes ago when we started talking about teams
like,
without names.
I'm going, no power. Sorry, no power.
No power. It's muted. Oh, my goodness.
But the rest of us understand the world that is sports.
Yeah.
Guess what the top 92
You told us,
shows
yeah.
last year were? Yeah, it'd be football games.
Guys, well, we hope to see you next week. Next week, we don't know where we're going to be at. We're going to find out. We'll let you guys know. I'm sure it depends on where Damian wants to go, but hopefully we can get some notable guests on the show.
Beer mongers are sort of quiet on Monday nights, just to let you know.
That's true, but we got to have somebody on the show, and I'm thinking if we get Tim Ensign on soon, that'd be really great.
That would have to be at Steeplejack.
Yeah, that would have to be at Steeplejack. Man, let's make it happen. As Damian always says, you guys, I don't just like you, I love you, and all of us here on the Brew Happy Show, we want to have a beer with you. Until next week, keep brewing, but brew happy. Cheers.
This production is brought to you by Brew Happy Media, the ultimate brewers media resource. For more information, go to thebrewhappyshow.com and brewhappypodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Brew Happy. For more cigar pairings, please check out our sponsor, paulcigars.net. Questions, concerns, advertising, or guest relations, please reach us at brewhappypdx brewhappy@gmail.com. Remember, brew happy, drink responsibly. Cheers.
Focus.
Oh my god.
Ladies love Brew Happy. How about you?